Right now, I'm at the intersection of Stevens Lane in Old Arcata Road where the horrific car accident happened. Now, if you look right here, here's the pole that the car wrapped around. I'm signing in just to show you guys the flooding that is continuing to take place. If you look behind me, there is a stream of water. Now, usually this is just a bridge. You're able to walk over it, you're able to drive over it, but not today. I called a handful of tax preparers and I have the records to show it, and not to my surprise, all told me they were swamped. Police tell me that a series of burglaries have been taking place in Arcata. One on the 2900 block of Woodland Court and another here at the 100 block of Erickson Court. A memorial here at a bus stop on Foster Avenue for 18-year-old Tavon Latimer, one that many say shouldn't exist. Men and women get into the fire safety industry with the desire of wanting to save people. But what happens when they're the ones who need to be saved?
So as you guys can see, I'm a little shaken up because that's a big thing, and that was only going 5 miles per hour.
Now, I know what you're thinking. A dispensary wanting to clean up the city? A skate park, which is set to be built here, right next to the Sheriff's Building and adjacent to Pearson Park. Park and Recreation says residents have been waiting years, more than a decade, for such a facility. A scary scene for 3 people after a car crash on Highway 101 just north of Rio Dell. Fun fact, this guy right here, what are you, part Irish, right?
A little bit of Irish.
A little bit of Irish. We didn't even know that. 24 months later, and there is still no justice for David Josiah Lawson. Get this, a guard gator becomes the brains behind a drug operation in Pennsylvania. A car crash leaves one dead in Laytonville this afternoon. It's a Chinese New Year, a big cultural celebration taking place this month. This evening, we start off with an 18-year-old male who was arrested for making threats to Humboldt State University campus visitors. Who doesn't love puppies, am I right?
Yes.
I actually really enjoyed that song growing up.
Did you really?
That was
one
like my
hit,
favorite.
One hit, right?
No, it was one hit.
But I would just put it on replay and just...
Yeah, it's like really catchy. Police are still looking for a person of interest after a body was discovered in a mobile home in Crescent City.
I want justice for my son.
Charmaine Lawson at the Humboldt County Courthouse bright and early this morning. Her mission? To demand District Attorney Maggie Fleming to either one,
Prosecute this case now.
and if the DA does not have the proper resources, Lawson says,
Turn the case over to the Attorney General's office.
the mother of the Humboldt State student killed back in April of 2017 shared that over 300 hours of DNA analysis was done on the case. That after all evidence was handed to the DA's office on November 8th of last year. 2 months later, still no arrest or progress, says Lawson.
She's allowing a murderer to walk the streets amongst children, families. This is not okay. This is not okay.
Redwood News reached out to District Attorney Fleming to hear what she had to say about the slow progression of the case, but we received no response. Supporters of the Lawson family took it a step further and went inside to speak to Fleming, but they were met by Chief Investigator of the DA's office, Wayne Cox. Take a look.
We want to put pressure on them as well. If you are actually waiting for another entity, then putting pressure on you guys isn't helping if you're waiting for someone else. And so we want to know who it is that we can put pressure on to be able to speed up the process.
And I don't have a specific contact person for you.
And I've met Wayne so many times. And I want to say to Wayne, do your job. And I've said that from the very beginning.
Charmaine Lawson believes Fleming's office has enough evidence to finally make an arrest and adds,
Maggie Fleming knows. Karen Deemer knows. The chief of police, all 3 of them, know who took my son's life.
and to the person who took her son's life, the mother says,
Do the right thing and turn yourself in, because I'm not going anywhere. My face and my son's face will continue to haunt you. Do the right thing.
Started crying. Had no idea that he was pulling the plug.
This week, flags flew high at the nation's capital. And here at home, tears fell low.
Like that man with all my heart. My wife loved him too.
Smith said the love for the Arizona senator stemmed from a particular common interest.
I'm a military man, heart and soul. I love the military. And he was a military man, and he had the same feelings as I did.
Both men were also prisoners of war, as they stood for their country, but Smith said Senator McCain is more noble than he.
I was in prison camp, and I don't know if I would have turned down a chance to leave like he did. Better man than me.
So when the 94-year-old veteran got an opportunity to be honored by the Arizona senator in his earlier years,
I was so thrilled. I asked him the difference between that Hilton and the Hilton he was in. He laughed.
the vet says he spoke to McCain for less than 20 minutes, but those few minutes were some of the best minutes of his life.
He was just great. I don't know how to describe him other than great.
One stroke in one color at a time. Dakota Dateweiler makes detailed masterpieces.
It's my heart. Like, painting is everything to me.
And today, she uses her love for painting as a tool for helping those affected by the California wildfires.
It makes me feel really good that I am able to help in some small way at all. Like I said, I don't have a lot of money, so this is a good way for me to be able to do something.
Working out of the living room of her home, Dateweiler shares that she understands what it's like to lose everything.
I lost my business to a fire in 2015. I mean, it was just horrible. I know that devastation of like losing everything in an instant.
Now she does what she can to help others. If not with money, definitely with art.
I have a lot of respect and admiration for firefighters.